Also, hier sind wir wieder und ich würde sagen, wir starten direkt ins Video rein. Viel Spaß!
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. Though we both had less grey in our hair then. And we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
Jetzt haben wir verschiedene Auswahlmöglichkeiten zu antworten. Der letzte Satz von unserem offensichtlichen Großvater war, steht hier oben. Und wir können jetzt antworten. Ich frage sie einfach mal, ob es irgendeinen Grund gibt, warum ich hier...
Since your brother is leading our forces south and I'm going with the Owl, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
So. Okay. Das heißt, unser Vater lässt uns alleine im Schloss. Dann können wir eine Party feiern. Okay.
Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away. There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
Oh. Duncan.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrant Kuzland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Owl has taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Okay.
I apologize, Duncan. That Aldous has nerve teaching my children such slanderous nonsense.
I take no offense. The Grey Wardens are not what we once were.
I'll not have the Wardens spoken ill of in my household. Without them, the Darkspawn would have killed us all in the first blight. You are the only reason men still live in Thedas. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
Oh, doch, eigentlich schon. Eigentlich haben wir schon Interesse daran, den Grey Warden zu bekommen. Also...
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
So...
Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt. Spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson.
Okay.
Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
So, jetzt müssen wir die Treppen hoch und diesen Fergus-Typ besuchen. So, da gehen wir am besten mal hier raus.
As you say.
Ja, sehr schön. Hier Treppen hoch.
There you are. Your mother told me the town had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave. No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way in. You know these Mabari hounds. They listen only to their master. Anyone else risks having an arm bitten off. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we? Just follow the yelling. When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
Mhm. Jetzt haben wir unseren ersten Party-Member.
Good evening, my lord.
Wir könnten jetzt überall noch reinschauen
Yes.
und schauen, ob es da was für uns gibt. Und hier dieser Typ wird uns überall hin folgen. Solange bis wir die Quest mit ihm abgeschlossen haben. Und wir können jetzt auch hier mit ihm reden.
Hello, my dear boy.
Und bekommen dann einen Eintrag in unserem Tagebuch oder was auch immer es ist.
About your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect. If the mind is not exercised, it withers just as the body does. Perhaps you'd care to join me in teaching the lesson?
Im Prinzip ist es so, dass die Kinder hier nicht anders sind als die Kinder im realen Leben und einfach keinen Bock auf Schule haben.
Perhaps you could make the topic more palatable for these lads and their minuscule intellects.
Ich habe eigentlich auch keine Lust auf Schule hier.
Does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself.
Okay, was krummelt der da an sich rum? The noble families of Ferelden. Gut. Geography of Ferelden. Wir untersuchen einfach mal weiter. Hier hinten wird wohl nichts sein, nein.
Oh, my lord, we were just,
Playing cards.
Well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the town stationed us here. No, my lord, of course not. Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
So, wir haben die Kartenspieler jetzt zur Arbeit zurückgeschickt. Was auch immer die tun. Nichts. Nichts. Schauen uns um und sehen, dass es hier nichts für uns gibt. So, dann haben wir hier noch einen Eingang. Der ist abgeschlossen. Hier sind wir wieder am Anfang, aber wir könnten mal hinten durchlaufen. Sind wir auch wieder, da geht's aber weiter runter.
Good evening, my lord.
Hallo.
It will be done.
So, hier sind wir in einem grünen Raum. Das Bernsteinzimmer. Oh, Fotos. Von ihr und ihm. Und ihm. Und was ist mein Foto? Das könnte ich sein. Ja, das könnte ich sein. Aber hier jetzt auch nichts Besonderes. Deswegen gehen wir hier einfach wieder raus und suchen die nächste Tür. Hier vorne. Ich glaube, hier waren wir schon mal.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my son, along with Sir Gilmore. Tell me, Sir Gilmore, has my pup collared that dog yet?
Not just yet, your ladyship.
Darling, do take care of that. That malodorous hound of yours is an excellent protector, but he drives Nan to distraction.
Das scheint wohl meine Mutter zu sein. Ja, jetzt erzähle ich hier, was Daddy gesagt hat.
The kitchen is just around the corner.
Den
Sir
komischen
Gilmore,
Mund.
see that it gets done.
As your ladyship commands.
Good. With any luck, I'll be able to feed my guests before the end of next week. Darling, you remember Lady Landra?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
Ja, wir fragen sie einfach, ob sie besoffen
I'm
war.
so proud of my pup's mastery of tact and diplomacy.
Well, it was a lovely salon, from what little I remember.
Which wouldn't be much, considering we had to pour you into the carriage afterwards.
You remember my son, Dyron. I believe you two sparred in the last tourney.
And you beat me handily, as I recall. It's good to see you again, my lord.
Mhm. Ja, er hat gut kämpft,
And
was
this
soll
is
man.
my lady in waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great honor, my lord. I have heard many wonderful things about you.
Don't look now, Ellen.
Gut, dann kennt sie mich besser als ich mich selbst.
Girl has a crush on your lad.
Lady Landra.
Hush, Landra. You'll turn the poor thing scarlet.
As it pleases you, my lord.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your lordship. Sir Gilmore.
Gut, dann mache ich hier erstmal einen Schnitt. Und wir sehen uns dann später an dieser Stelle wieder.